All right, good morning. I am going to first and foremost apologize about the quality of the audio and visuals here. I have not set up our new microphone yet, and we also have a high quality camera coming in very, very soon, so the quality of these videos will improve over time. But I appreciate you dealing with it, but the content's still good. And so today, what I wanted to discuss is how to set up an interview so that you sell somebody on working for you while at the same time extracting enough information from the candidates, from the job applicants, that you know that you're hiring the right person if you decide to pull the trigger and hire them. And this is a very, very difficult balance to strike. And I'm going to tell you first and foremost that if you're already thinking of doing this, then you're ahead of about 99% of other companies. You see, in all the companies we consult with, we've worked with or spoken to on some level over 100 different companies over the last year, all of them are doing the same thing. They're treating this current job market like the market 5 years ago, which was when companies had limited amounts of vacancies and tons of applicants to pick through. It's not like that anymore. You see, it's the applicants, the candidates, that have a litany of positions that they can choose from. So you having a different mindset puts you ahead of the pack. Now, as far as the interview goes, you want to structure it in a very friendly manner. You know, when I talk to candidates or job applicants after they've gone through an interview, what they always tell me or how they feel about an organization is directly correlated to how friendly the environment was. And what I mean by that is if a candidate goes to 3 interviews, one interview they walk in and they were just pressed with questions. It was one-on-one, which is a good start, but they were just pressed the entire time. Tell me this about yourself, tell me that, why do you want to work here, etc., etc., etc. And you think you're doing a good job screening these people out, and what you are doing is screening them out. They're going to drop out of your process. Now, they go into the interview number 2, and perhaps this one's in a group setting. You know, not with a group of a bunch of candidates. I don't think anybody really does that anymore. But in a group setting where a bunch of people are interviewing this one prospect for the job. And it's the same thing. It's a lot of direct questions. It's, you know, professionals that maybe are their peers that are trying to, what I like to call, flex a little bit too hard on this prospective candidate. And that's going to deter them as well, because think about that. Does this person want to come into a work environment where they're going to have bullies for coworkers or people that think they're better than you? I don't think so. And so then you have the person go to the final interview. And in this last interview, they may first meet with a manager, their direct supervisor, who just wants to know about who they are, learn a little bit more about what makes them tick. Or they also want to answer questions for the person and ask them, what questions do you have for me? And it's more of an open dialogue. And then you bring in some of your keenest professionals that are their peers and have them come in and coach them up on the process and have them do the same thing. You know, tell me a bit about yourself. Oh, we have so much fun here. We love this about the company, et cetera, et cetera. And allow them to do some talking too. Now, if this person were to go to all 3 of these interviews and then call us up after, what they would tell us is they want job number 3. And I can promise you that if job number 1 offers, let's say, $85,000, job number 2 offers $82,000, and job number 3 offers $78,000, that person would call us up and say, hey, any way we could get a little bit more money out of job number 3 because that's the job I want. I've had this conversation dozens and dozens and dozens, maybe hundreds of times. And so if that company comes up $2,000, even if it's less than the 2 other offers, they're going to take it because people want to enjoy where they work more than anything else, regardless of what they tell you. When someone tells you there's a money issue, it's never a money issue. You know, I see it on LinkedIn all the time. People say, I just want to be paid fairly, this, that, and the other thing. But then I talk to these people after the interviews, and that's really one of the last things on their mind until they actually get the offer. And even then, it holds less importance than they actually think it does. Even in the United States, where we are so money motivated. And so, you know, I just want you to keep that into consideration because the way that I said job number 3 did things is the way that you should do things. You should create an open dialogue. You should be friendly with people. You should be welcoming. You should be allowing them to talk about themselves and you talk about yourself, for you to talk about the company and see if their eyes lighten up. That's how you know if you found the right person. You know, Steve Jobs used to have a process. I reference this a lot in a lot of my videos and content, where he would take somebody into the office, sit them down at a computer, and then watch them interact with the computer. If the person lit up and fell in love with the machine and enjoyed every minute of it and got lost and forgot where they were, then he would immediately offer them the job because he knew that they would be passionate about what they're doing. He didn't care to ask them about their qualifications other than what's on paper, because everybody that you're interviewing is qualified anyway on a basic level, right? And so you just need to talk about your mission and vision, be open, have fun with the person, and see if they light up about the environment, the culture, your product or service, or what you're delivering, no matter what industry you're in. This works, right? Obviously, we're not all in the software industry, so we can't have them play with the software, but there's other opportunities to do this, and you can make this work in any industry. So that would be my advice to you. You know, final takeaways here is you have to have an openness, you have to make it fun, you have to have a dialogue, it can't be drilling down on questions, and then ultimately, you know, just watch them. Be very, very attentive to how they're reacting, to their posture, to their eyes. You know, if they're having fun and enjoying what you're saying, then they're going to enjoy your work environment. It's going to boost retention. You know, you're going to have less churn with your employees, and it's going to be a far better experience for you because the current interview process doesn't work. It's a lot of lying, it's a lot of games, and then ultimately you're just hurting yourself. And so I hope you found this useful. I'd really, really, really appreciate it if you commented, and if you're watching this on YouTube, you subscribed, because I want to continue to get more content out for you. And as we get better materials here, because we just started making content, we have the microphone already, the sound quality will improve, the visuals will improve, but the content will help change your business forever, I promise you. So I appreciate you. Be well, stay blessed, all right?